Hey, welcome to this episode of Cocktails and Combos. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. There's been so many things going on in the world today. As many of y'all know that today, 45 got impeached for the second time.
2 times.
Let's go.
For the second time. So, but before we jump into all of that, we are going to wish Teron a happy birthday.
It's a real nigga situation this weekend.
So with his birthday coming up, he says he's got a lot of stuff he wants to talk to us about. So I'm gonna let Teron take the floor.
Alright, this is the new host. Okay. Coming live and direct. Anywho. There's no edit button on there. Hey, so a question for y'all ladies, right?
Okay.
What's too much like social media?
What does that mean?
What you mean, like what's too much social media?
For who? For the
Anybody,
lady?
like, what do you think like is like too much social media? Like
You mean
how
too much
often-
use?
yeah, like how often are y'all on social media?
I'm on every day, all day.
Every day, all day.
Every day?
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah.
So what are y'all on there for?
I wouldn't say I'm on there every day, all day. I am on it every day, but probably not all day.
Well, what are y'all on there for?
Just scrolling and reading.
Entertainment, reading, news.
Birthday celebrations?
Yeah.
That's how you remember people's birthdays?
Yeah.
No.
Me too.
I'm horrible.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Not
Not everybody.
Yeah.
So when y'all be posting, when y'all post stuff for like likes or like for graphic words, like I'm feeling this way, I'm gonna post this.
I think it's more me personally. I think it's more I
Yeah.
posted because it's something that was to me relatable or just for fun. It's
Yeah,
not
for me
something
it's
that I'm
like
looking
something that I find funny, or
Right.
just like a news story, or just if it is something about me, it's normally dealing with like my whole little workout process, and that's pretty much it.
And that's motivation for others, right?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yes,
Because I didn't realize that like people even paid attention. I thought that people were like annoyed by it, but people would like send messages like, "No, don't stop posting." Blah blah blah.
Yes,
blah.
that is
Nice.
definitely an inspiration to other people.
So I'm personally not a real big social media guy, right? I took like notifications off my phone. If I'm looking at social media, I gotta.
Child, we know.
I gotta.
Okay, that's you to respond.
We can never
Hey,
get you responding to that. We had some funny stuff.
I gotta be dead bored. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because to me, like how I look at social media now, like it's like 90% to me on the stuff that there's false. You know what I'm saying? Because people are living fake lives. Like, not
You
saying
said
that you
90%?
yeah,
That's quite a bit.
that's a
That's
bunch.
a big. That's a big
That's a big
number.
Okay,
That's a
what
big
what
number.
would you give the percentage of people living false lives? Because I just think that, and this is me personally, right? A lot of people like put stuff on at your front or show off or your flex, right?
Very true. Very true.
The people that I see that I know be posting shit, I'm like, nigga, please. You
Like, did you forget that I know you?
Yeah, but again, who am I, right? And I'm not the person to front anybody, whatever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I got family members do the same shit. So I get it. You know what I mean? So it just, that's what made me stop getting on there. Because at first it was cool to be able to connect with people and shit like that. Hey, you know, I ain't seen you in a while. I'm not living in Detroit anymore. It's cool to be able to people. But it started getting to a point where it's like, really? Nigga, you in Miami this weekend? Cut it out.
Like I just came from your house down the street.
Cut it out. You know, you had that same fit on about 2 months ago. Nigga. So that's why I don't like it. It's a headache to me or whatever. But going through social media, right? Today I'm at work. I was bored on my break. I'm just looking through shit, right? And I see the funniest shit ever. I see Lori Harvey, right?
Right.
I see Lori Harvey on there with what's the
Spider-Man.
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 Who?
That's not Spider-Man, but whatever man he is. Black Panther. Black man.
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Man's name.
And it made me think, right? It made, but it made,
confidently.
Because he was all
It's
just.
just wrong.
I don't care.
all right, Paul.
Well, I'll admit it. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Say no, but it made me think. I'm like, well, damn, man. I keep hearing about Lori Harvey. I'm like, man, Lori Harvey should be like the spokesperson for a lot of women, right?
Why?
Because she's the realest nigga in the situation, right? And I'm gonna tell you why I think that, right?
Because I was about to ask you what makes you think.
Okay.
Right.
How many people have we all seen her date over the past year or two?
A few.
Several, right?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen her A, speak, B, leak a message? You know what I'm saying? She date a nigga, dump a nigga, or however the situation may go, you never hear nothing else about it, right?
True.
But you hear other people have situations like, let me leak these messages of what happened between us. She definitely did that shit, right? She kept it a G. She keeps it a buck,
'Cause she
right?
tried to bag
And
the
no, it doesn't matter, right? No
That's
dude
her daughter.
that she fucked with, which have been high-profile people, have never said anything bad about her, nor has she said anything bad about them, right?
But how do
I have
you
no
know?
idea.
Because you have a lot of celebrities that have people who monitor social media and all type of, news, everything that will squash it before it even gets out there.
Not
Somebody's
with
already seen it.
First off,
I don't care what you put on social media. Somebody's seen it before you delete it.
so how can we never
yeah,
heard?
we
How
haven't
can we
seen
never
it
heard her
yet.
talk? I never heard her voice. I don't know what the mofo said.
You don't need to.
Yeah, I do.
What you be
I
doing?
want to know now because I want to know why all these people drooling.
She's
What
not
is
She's an
that?
attractive young lady.
It's a lot.
I mean, that's all I know about
But it's
her,
a
so.
lot of
Yeah, I
of
don't
attractive
know
young
anything
ladies
about
that are on social media who are influencers, Instagram models, or whoever they may be, and they talk a lot,
Mhm.
right? And
That's
then
their job to do that. That's what,
So what is she?
That's not what she doesn't. We don't know what she does for a living.
correct, right? But we
She's
know,
somebody's daughter that has a lot of money.
but everybody's somebody's daughter.
She's somebody's daughter that has
With
a
a
lot
whole
of money.
check.
With a whole check,
Right.
check.
Check.
Same thing with a lot of other people,
Check, check.
right? You know what I'm saying? Only thing I ever heard bad about her was Steve Harvey say, "Hey, I don't fuck with Future." That's the only thing I ever heard, read, seen anything that anybody that she didn't fuck.
Look at Paris Hilton. Look at Kim Kardashian.
No, don't. That's not a good comparison.
They-
Not a good comparison.
When they started off in the good zone. They just wandered off.
I don't know about that one.
No.
I'm not gonna side with you on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know enough about.
Paris Hilton.
I don't know.
She was
enough
crying
about
about going to jail for
enough
2
about
days.
this
Fuck her.
But
But then again, I also-
I like her. I like the fact that she can live her life the way that she wants to live her
No
life
problem, right?
with no problem.
But how many?
But the people, I feel like the people that are in the midst of controversy are the ones that want to be in the midst of controversy, and they're acting like they don't. So that's just like the boy that cries wolf in regular life that are non-celebrity. Like, I don't understand why you always up in my face. You creating all this right. You want everybody to know that somebody's always up in your face. She don't want nobody to know her business, so she keeps her mouth shut.
On her end, right?
Right.
So she keeps her mouth shut on her end, which means that guy that she's fucking with keeps his mouth shut too. Because we've seen Future have several baby mothers step out and say multiple things about him, correct?
Maybe she has them sign a waiver, a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
NDAs.
so does men have women sign NDA, but they don't give a fuck about that.
But if you sign the NDA, they're gonna sue. They
Sue.
can,
Depending on,
You're right.
depending
Matter of fact,
on what that is, what
you're
it's
right.
on, how much
You're
you're
right.
gonna lose.
You're right,
Yes.
because MDAs have it; they can expire after so long, right?
Yeah.
All right.
They
Shout out to Bill Cosby. He signed the MDAs in the '80s, right? Right.
I don't think he did.
Y'all get him. Y'all get him. Y'all get him.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did that.
Uh-uh.
They
So why
wasn't doing
was-
that shit back then.
So why would they come out now?
Why would they come out now? Because it was popular. I wouldn't say popular, but they felt comfortable.
What you mean? People popping pills now, right?
They be popping pills. What?
Well,
Slip
so
stairs
why-
and shit.
But
So why-
now they're
if I'm-
popping pills willingly.
So if I'm messing with a chick in the '80s,
Back
right?
then, that's the whole complaint right now. Back then,
It was being sneaky.
yeah,
No.
they didn't know.
I don't believe
Some of them didn't know. Some of them. Because you do have some women that actually admitted, saying they knew they were being drugged.
They knew they was being drugged. They knew I was taking it with them. That's different.
Oh, that is different.
That's
Yeah,
totally
it's
different.
very
It's
Right?
very different.
Yeah.
Going on being drugged and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take that with you."
We're gonna do it together, baby. Come on,
Yeah.
let's
Hey,
go.
you know what I'm saying? It's the
Have your
'80s.
way.
It was the '80s. They was snorting coke. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what the fuck they was doing? Just snorting coke. Sniffing shoe shine, all that shit.
Shoe shine.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck Crown was doing back in the day, but you know what I mean.
They were smoking embalming fluid.
Wow,
They
wow.
had PCP,
1 to 5.
angel
It's gonna
dust,
be a long
angel
night
dust.
for me.
They had all kinds of crazy
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
girl.
Yeah, it does.
No, I don't know.
So you like the drug?
Hell no.
You?
Not that I know of.
You the drug? You? So y'all just all
This
just
is my
angels.
drug.
man. Y'all all just angels.
I said, have we been drugged?
Try the drug.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'm not saying you
I've
did.
had it.
It wasn't
Yeah,
alcohol.
I've I've been drunk too, but
Okay, so.
I mean, I have at a bar, and it was.
Was it ecstasy?
No,
Oh, God.
GHB probably.
I don't know what it
Was it
was, but that was like
Was it
the
good night?
worst experience of my life.
no.
No, that was not fun at all.
Alright,
That was-
new subject. Cracker storming the Capitol. Cracker storming the Capitol.
We're talking about that now.
Do we want to talk about that now?
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, let's talk about that whole incident. Just kind of blew up black and white privilege.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
What you mean blew it up? It's already been black and white privilege.
It's been put out even more. As far as even people who didn't understand it then,
Oh.
they clearly
You're talking about for
understand
the
it now.
dummies. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Difference, yeah.
Alright, we talking about for the old people.
For
who
the
like,
for the
"No,
real
racism
dumb
going
ones,
on."
because even during the impeachment, you had a lot of Republicans that didn't vote for the first impeachment that vote now because they feel as though that whole situation
It was only
was
10.
a-
It was only 10.
Yeah.
it's
Because
still
most
it,
of them were
10
still
out of
standing up.
10.
it
Most
don't,
of them were still
10
standing
out of
up and
200.
defending that shit.
which is very true, but
They were
10 out of
so
200.
it don't really matter. It's still some change.
That's only 5%.
It's still some change
That's
for
only
them to
5%.
actually wake up and understand you got a fucked up 45.
But that was only because it happened to them.
Yeah.
That's
Which
because
is
they-
very true.
Because
They
they
were
were there.
affected by it.
Which is
Had it
very
been
true.
anybody else and they would have not been affected, they would have found
And that's
another way
5%.
to like
5% ain't nothing, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your savings account collects 5% probably over the course of 5 years, right? He was in office before, so same shit.
It's still some change. To be
social
noticed.
media changed,
I
but
know, but
people
so-
got to visually see it now that, you know what I'm saying? All right,
Yeah, things were talked about, yes.
you know, so we had these Black Lives movements, and then they had the whole fucking SWAT team and the army out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then for these people to get the intelligence, knowing that this is happening, because I would have loved to have been that person on the email chain with the black people who was with them to know what they were saying, right? I would love to hear like, hey, we're going to the Capitol at 3 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
But it was all
to-
public. None of it was
None of it was
around.
hot.
The whole
Yeah.
thing was planned in place.
I know, but I wish I was on that heat.
They went on field trips, baby.
Yeah,
I wish I was there.
They
So
showed
now
up on in
I want to know what they
buses.
said.
With the children.
No, they were on flight.
And their
I know.
mamas.
Yeah, I mean, we was on flights to go.
On
No,
full-
Black Lives Matter type shit too.
Of course,
but
but-
theirs was different because theirs was more strategic. Because the more videos I watch, the more you see different militia groups coming through doing different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So theirs was more strategic on how they was going to attack the Capitol.
But they're also saying now too that either the day before or 2 days before that some of those new like House representative people were taking them on tours. So then it almost makes more sense. Like, how did you know how to find all
Right.
this stuff so quickly?
Right, because I want to know that too. Like, how did you know where Nancy Pelosi
Office
was?
right.
When they say that hers
There
is
ain't
like
no
the hardest
fucking
one.
sign that
Yeah.
say, hey,
Hey,
make a
Nancy
left
this
here,
way.
right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it wasn't that, right?
So it's like the whole thing is so fucked up. And then even looking
I
at
love
like people's, it tickled me. It did. But I was watching it when it first started happening, when they were like marching down, because I was, I'm like working from home these days. So I'm watching it and I see it. I was like, these people are about to take over this building.
No, they wasn't gonna take it over, but yeah.
There was
Storm.
like
They-
9.
That's-
They
They
pretty
planned.
much
They didn't
That's what
take
they
over because if they
That
took
was the
over.
plan, though.
Them taking over
With them
to
zip
me,
ties.
right?
Yeah.
Them taking over the
What
Capitol
is it?
and been saying that they were overthrowing the government.
That was
They-
the attempt.
Right, the
That was
attempt.
That was the attempt. That's
There was
what
no
it's
way
called.
in hell that the U.S. military was like, okay, you're not going to take
Right.
over
But they-
government.
But the military wasn't
Right.
there.
They were not there.
They weren't
There
here.
was
They weren't even
literally-
called.
There was
Right.
literally
They had Capitol Police.
There was like 5 guards at the door, and I
Right.
said, "Are they crazy?
Because again, they like, okay, really,
White people don't cause disturbances."
it ain't about white people don't call disturbances.
That's what they thought.
It's like when you see a
They
white
had to.
person, how threatened are you if you see a white person on the street? You're not really
It
threatened.
depends on my situation.
Either way it go, but you're not threatened as much as if you was okay. Say you
I mean,
say
the
you walking through the
man
bluff.
was in
If you was walking through the bluff, right? Would you be threatened walking through the bluff,
If
seeing?
you walk through anywhere, if you walk through Kennesaw and a man walks up to you half naked with a Viking helmet
Screaming
on
and
with
shit.
fur
Yeah.
on,
I'm nervous.
that should have been your first indication. Hey,
I would never be scared of a man that's a vegan. I would never be scared of anybody that's a vegan.
Yeah.
Bitch, you don't even eat meat. What the fuck?
How do you
talking
know
about?
he's a vegan?
Because
Yeah,
he's in
that's
jail.
what they-
And his mama was sitting there talking
Yeah.
about my son ate since Friday because they don't
won't
have
feed him
vegan.
vegan
Bitch,
food.
he in
That's
jail.
organic food.
But,
That's what I saw.
but what
It's
she was
organic.
saying,
I
the
understand
example
that.
was,
It was like
walking
vegan,
down the street and
organic.
some guy just walks up to you. How do you know that's a vegan? That's what her example
Any
was.
man that will come out in the cold, half naked, with shorts on, paint on his face, and a fucking Viking head on his head, I'm not scared of you. What
Should
three?
because
You
he's
should.
fucked.
He's
There's
awesome.
something wrong with him.
I was trying to see what he holding, and he ain't got no gun or nothing like that. I ain't
Shit.
scared of you, nigga. We got hands. If I can't fight you,
My
then-
thing is this: the guard that shot himself, like
Shot himself.
The
he shot
taser guy.
himself.
Oh, taser
Yes,
did, yeah.
He shot himself. Like, were you some factoring in this? Like, why would you shoot yourself?
He was trying to hurry up
Probably.
and hide the taser, so when he walked in, he didn't have anything in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Bless his heart. Poor baby fried his balls and his heart too.
Oh,
he
Lord.
so
I thought he
did.
shot himself.
No.
He
No,
tased
he
himself,
tased
girl.
him.
And
He tased
then
himself.
he kept tasing his balls.
Yeah.
Poor baby fell to the ground, shaking and shivering and tasing, and the balls blew up and his heart did too.
Okay.
Damn.
But I want to know, okay, so talking about going on all the memes and all the videos and all the pictures, how the lady with no legs, no arms got up in there?
That was
Just
a whole
doing
bunch
the whole
of-
ride?
That was something else.
That was different.
Yeah, that was from something else. They were protesting about like the healthcare system when they all got hauled out. That was something different.
But they have no arms and legs.
I know, but that was a whole different protest. You know how that got how
So
how
they
that
were
got
letting- they-
roped
well,
in?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so
that
That
what
was
you're
false.
saying is
That was false news.
yeah.
Pretty much, that picture was false news. That had nothing
that
to
they
do with
just
it.
correlated it with.
Right,
Yes.
right.
So the same
exactly.
thing that they did with Black Lives Matter when you had
Mhm.
this.
And that's why you have to be careful
I'm
about the
scared
things
of
that
niggas
you
too, so
that you
I-
take in. That was damn near, that was funny, and it had me tickled pink.
Yes.
Look,
But
when
you
somebody
have to
put
be
the Angry
careful.
Birds picture right next to her,
That
talking about,
shit
so
was
that's how
funny.
she got up in there.
I was tickled.
Slingshotting her up in there.
But
Like,
I did
No,
see
but they were
something.
like protesting something. They were protesting
I'm
not
mad.
getting the healthcare taken away.
I'm just mad that not enough people got hurt.
What?
What you mean, what?
There's a
No,
question.
no,
What?
no.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Why
he
would
was
you
gonna
want-
get hurt.
You wanted a
Not
whole
on
lot of
that
people to get
end.
hurt?
well,
Yeah,
five
black
people.
folks,
It would have been somebody
Yeah,
on
I
our
don't
end
like
of
white
the
people.
spectrum.
No,
Okay.
No,
Well,
but
I
it needs to be
understand.
an equal amount of
The people I fuck
activity
with,
for both.
but I still keep them at a distance.
No, I feel like if they treat anybody one way, they should treat everybody
The same way.
Yeah.
You guys sent the whole National Guard out when people were protesting peacefully.
Right.
But these people are violent, breaking things in the building, hurting folks.
Leaving feces.
Yes.
and
all over the
being
place.
And
disgusting.
beating motherfuckers on camera.
And
Yeah.
nobody was injured. So if that's not an eye opener for you, like, hey,
And got
what
a noose.
is? Yeah, they had a
Yeah,
news.
Where the
like-
fuck did you get that wood from?
I
They
was
built
wondering
it. They
that.
had the time to
Built it from where? What they?
They had it probably
You're
right
right.
on the
What?
bus.
Who brought this in here?
Right. What cracker was
Because
driving
how
down
long?
goddamn
And how
Pennsylvania
long?
Boulevard with a goddamn
But you
3
also-
fucking lumbers in their truck?
Right.
But you
Right?
really can't ask these questions when you had a lot of videos of the security officers, the
Letting
police
them in.
officers, letting them in,
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
selfies with them,
Yeah.
Yep.
taking pictures
I
for
understand that
them.
part.
Yep.
I
So
understand
they
that.
probably said, here's the back door, here's the loading dock,
Yeah.
bring it on in.
But the goddamn,
Right.
the
That's
goddamn
true.
noose was in the front, facing towards the Capitol, right? And that goddamn noose on that lumber had to be 20 feet tall.
It was big.
What cracker was driving down Pennsylvania Ave
That's
with a truck
because
with
I
3
did. I
pieces
did.
of lumber
I thought
and
the
whatever the
same
fuck they stuck in
thing.
the ground with?
Like how was it fastened? to
Where
the
was your antennas?
No, you're totally right because that blew my mind. I was like, they had this had to have been built the day before. Somebody they
No.
constructed this.
They did
Because
that
what
for
is
years.
it? What is it attached to?
Which again, where
Yeah.
we say white privilege.
Yeah.
Well, then
Because
again,
it let it have been our color
Mhm.
or orange, whatever colors you want to be besides Caucasian. If we riding down loud music or a big flag or something, we getting pulled over.
well, a nigga ain't got time to build no goddamn. Nigga ain't about to stop. It's like, let me put this right here in the grass without being noticed. As I hang this noose. You know
But
what
no,
I'm
that's
saying?
what I'm meaning is that we would have been stopped before you even came
That's
close.
what I'm saying. Where was they antennas with all that
They
shit?
were there. The
Well,
antennas were there. They
yes.
watched
Either
them.
who-
If not, they helped them.
I'm happy.
And
allowed it to happen.
I'm happy. The same white folks that was like, oh, Blue Lives Matter, now they beating on y'all asses.
You right.
That's what you get.
No, you're totally
Well,
right.
that's the thing, they actually thought they were going to be able to get away with that shit.
Blue
go
Lives
home and not
Matter.
have
They
consequences.
whoop
Man, no
their
fight.
ass.
This video, all of it.
Yeah, they thought that
Hilarious.
they was going to be able to do that shit and not have no
Hilarious.
consequences every
Oh, I
month.
was so upset. That was
Because
good.
they actually pulled a lot of facial recognition
They did.
off of those videos.
Not
to
just that,
search
the
for
cell
these people.
phone towers. The
I
White
wish
House
I-
has their
so-
own cell phone towers, and they were able to ping people that
Yes.
were there.
Yes.
Easy, big. They had their own
Even
system.
right here in Hartsford.
Mhm.
In Hartsford.
Yes.
GBI was at the airport waiting for some of those individuals.
Long
Yeah.
story short here for you
But
guys,
they're on
right?
the no-fly list, so a
Yes.
lot of them couldn't fly. If they were arrested, they couldn't fly back to wherever they resided from. So all these people are on the news talking about, oh, these poor people are stuck.
Fuck
Nobody told you to
Take your ass down yonder.
Okay, long story short. So y'all, are y'all familiar on Spring Road where the racetrack is, right?
Yeah.
And y'all know that across the street is a car wash.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that car wash used to be called Car Nuts back in the day.
Cardinals.
Car Nuts.
Car nuts.
Car Nuts. It used to be called Car Nuts back in the day. Let's say about 2 years ago, it was called Car Nuts. The owner who owned Car Nuts was one of the guys who got caught and got arrested for storming the Capitol. He was the one of the guys that had that. I swear to God, on everything. I swear to God, everything I love, right? Everything I love. He the one that had the bombs put into the
What?
right.
They thought they was
And
gonna get away with
because
this
when he
shit.
came when that article came up about him, my cousin, when we had first moved down here, my cousin had worked over there. And so when the article came up, he had sent it to, you know what I'm saying, in our family group chat. And we looked at it like, he said, dog, I smoked with this man, had food at this man's house, and would have never thought that this would have been him. And when he showed me the picture, I'm like, God damn, you right. That dude owned the car wash on Spring Road across the street from goddamn. And he lost it because who knows, don't give a fuck. That's what you get. But still, you know what I'm saying? So that just shows you how close the shit is, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with the woman who got killed. They say she was from Kennesaw.
Was she?
Yes, we never know. We could have came across her, who knows?
Many
We could have been in the mall somewhere,
Yeah.
anywhere.
The one that got shot in the neck, that was the military.
Who had died?
She was from California.
You had other. It was a total of 5 people that was killed.
You talking about the one that got shot in the neck?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
He don't know which one.
He don't know which one he talking
One of
about.
them crackers died.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
We gotta be.
Oh,
So-
I'm sorry.
We
Sorry,
have all
Whitey.
kinds of viewers, baby.
No, so
I'm half cracker. Be nice. Thanks.
okay, so moving on.
Oh.
Okay, so that brings
We gonna
us
move that
to our
No,
official topic
Official topic.
of
Yeah.
would
It's
you
hot in here.
would you ever date somebody with different political views than you?
Honestly, that shouldn't. Their political views, unless they are being, they're voicing it and trying to physically put it out there, shouldn't affect your relationship.
Yeah, it would.
But it does.
It does.
I couldn't date someone that
No.
It affects your
But-
relationship.
But
45?
here's the thing, though. How would
do
you?
it.
No. How would you know? Because just like he said, he sat here and drank and smoked and everything with this dude.
Well,
Come
if we're
find
in a
out that this
relationship,
dude
we
is something
know
different.
what you like.
Right. I'm not fucking nobody that's
Right.
just like, I'm a Trump lover. Bitch, get out of here.
Well, because that was like the same thing. Because
And leave your shoes.
You
Leave
can't.
the
You
shoes.
can't say all blacks because
No,
you
you're
had
right.
that one little raisin,
Yep, that was
that
that.
one
Yeah.
little speck that was there, and
But I know black and that are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that
Huh?
Do you need the coffee?
No, I'm.
Oh.
Okay.
there is a lot of
No.
black men that voted for Trump. We talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
And women.
People.
I had a conversation with a young man last night with a gentleman last night. He's an avid Trump supporter. Sat
At home
there
or what?
and literally every time it comes up, he goes all the way in
At home
because
or
he's in the
bar.
military. And his views are different than what our view is. Because his view is from the military standpoint and how Trump did so much for the military. How he bought the vests, the bullets, stuff that we didn't have when we were trying to win the war. About how he got the gas prices lowered because in the monopoly with the gas people out there. So he was, when I say avid, and every time he gets started, I'm like, see, this is why I can't do this with you. He said, you feel this way. I said, I feel this way because that's my shit. You feel this way because you're looking at it from an economic standpoint, but he's still ruining our economy at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
He's putting our lives in danger,
Yeah.
the entire country.
Yeah.
So your view for me is skewed. I can't. So I don't even want to hear it.
Well, see, and that's what I was looking at. Like even Kellyanne Conway and her husband,
Who?
Kellyanne Conway, the lady who
I know.
helped, the one who helped Trump win. Her and her husband are on complete opposite sides.
And her child.
And, well, the child is more in line with the daddy.
Yeah.
And the daughter openly talks about how ridiculous the mom is. It's difficult for me to even be a serious friend because I have some friends that are avid Trump supporters, and I just try to skip past that when they talk about it. I try to skip over it because I have friends that I've known since 7th grade that are now like Trump supporters, and I'm confused by it. What? You said it sounds like it?
Talking in my head.
Okay.
You heard me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just playing.
But it's hard enough for me to be friends with them, let alone have some sort of relationship, because I feel like anything that you say is going to trigger me, and we're
Right.
going to fight all the time. We couldn't watch the news together. We couldn't talk about any of this stuff because we're just gonna keep constantly like.
So, and that's we talked about this one last
Shit,
week
you
or
don't want to
something
be in
like
a
As far
public
as
place
having
with they
a
ass,
friend,
and they say
Yeah.
something stupid, and now I got a goddamn fight. Every now I got to fight to prove my love.
that. Because I understand the side of Republicans, right, on their political views, right. I don't believe in Trump, but I understand some of the things they say when it comes to money. About,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So I get it, right. So at the end of the day, like, do you not like Republicans or you just don't like Trump?
So okay, that is a good question because I could deal with a Republican,
Right. Because you deal with them every day.
right? But I could definitely not deal with a Trump supporter because I feel like he has created this whole different
Fucking
group.
subgroup of people.
Which was good.
He's created a whole third party
Yeah.
at the realest, and I'm glad that's why they fucking impeached his ass, because that created a whole third party. This motherfucker could have ran again.
Well, he still
and won.
technically can.
Well, not
Not after being
Not
impeached.
after being impeached. And damn sure not after being impeached
So,
twice.
hold on. So how it works is now that he's been impeached, they have to go to a trial,
Okay,
right?
that's what.
Right.
So in the event that they convict him, then they can vote to say, hey, he can never run for office again.
Okay.
But the Senate has to convict him first. Right now, he can still do
The
whatever.
Senate is all of who?
It's
But-
50-50.
Right now,
it's 50-50.
right now it's 50-50.
It's,
But
it's not complete.
McConnell is still majority leader for a few more weeks.
Days.
Correct.
Right.
Days.
Well, yeah, a few more days.
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 Yeah.
It's a different story.
Yeah, you're right.
He's bitch McConnell now.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's not Mitch, he's Mitch. Alright? We don't listen to you anymore.
Oh.
You don't call it.
Oh.
They gonna flag us, y'all.
They like, Kamala, come down here. Come down here. He said tripping. He tripping.
So,
He's tripping.
So,
disclaimer: Cocktails and Convos does not condone violence.
We do not.
Yeah,
not
no, no,
condone any of those
Any
things. We do not condone any hate speech.
Oh,
And those views of each individual are their own.
Amen.
I'll take mine.
And that's
Oh, you.
so. Would you date somebody with different religious background or
As long as they're not
religious views?
sacrificing babies and goats.
Are you a Q now?
Wait a minute now. Hold on. Leave the goats alone.
I'm sorry, I can't date
You Q
the
now?
I
religion.
can't. That's far. Like,
Yeah.
I thought people talking about sacrificing babies.
There are religions to where the woman says nothing. The woman is just there for view. Sorry, I can't
Right.
date you.
That's Christian. That's Christianity.
No, it's not.
Why is it?
Okay.
You read the Bible?
My dad is a preacher.
All right. So
Yes,
the
I
first,
grew up in the church.
So as a married woman,
You have different types of Christianity.
very true.
all right, understandable, right?
Very true.
In the Bible,
Oh no.
Which version?
Which version? Yeah.
Wait a
Which
minute.
book?
Hold on.
Which
I
one you
got-
wanna talk about?
Wait, stop.
Hold on,
You
let him
making your
finish.
statement.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
Let him
Okay.
finish.
which one you talking about? Because in the Bible, the first duty of a wife is to who?
Is to honor and love. Yes.
Who?
It's to God.
Oh.
God.
God first. Then
God, and then who?
God
then?
first.
Then who?
Her husband.
All right. And so at that point, when it says to honor God first, then her husband, that means God's not speaking to her, correct? He's speaking to her, maybe through her prayers, correct? But she lives with who?
But to honor does not mean I have to
Obey.
sit there and
Yeah.
obey you and
No,
not
No,
say
you actually
nothing.
took a vow.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
did. You
I'm
took
not
a
gonna
vow to
argue
say
with
Mine
okay.
didn't say okay.
Not saying.
I'm not gonna
I'm
argue.
not
I don't think
saying.
it says so bad.
I don't argue with
It
atheists.
does say
They
okay.
changed
I
that.
don't-
New vows.
I don't argue with
that was
atheists.
taken
I
out.
was-
I
yeah.
don't argue with atheists, okay?
Who's
Who's
atheist?
atheist?
Anybody who don't believe in the Bible?
I didn't say I don't believe in the Bible.
Right. So in the Bible,
Okay,
the Bible says the wife duty is to her husband. And that's before anybody, right? Before kids, for family.
Is that the Old Testament?
What's in the New Testament then, sweetheart?
Okay. But
That's a question. Do you know? Answer the
We
question.
can Google.
Is it the
It's a good
No,
one.
it's the King James version of the Bible.
That's what everybody go by is King James.
Okay.
Not
He
everybody
was a
does not.
pedophile.
Some people go by the LDS.
He was a whole pedophile.
NIV.
NIV.
NIV will be non-denominational type of churches.
Exactly.
Correct.
But okay, but still, you got.
And all that doing is putting it in English terms instead of
Okay.
Layman's terms.
Layman's.
Correct.
But
Same
still,
shit.
nobody should have to be like under a thumb. I don't care.
They shouldn't.
Okay, but
Oh.
you have to look at how many religions hold women still at a standpoint.
And that's all I was saying.
under
Is
a
I
thumb.
could not date someone under that religion where I'm held under your thumb. I can't say anything. I can't go anywhere or anything without you saying, "I'm so sorry. You better get the fuck off."
That's
I
Muslim.
gotta walk behind you.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute, no,
I
that's
gotta
not
walk
even-
behind
that's
you.
not even all
Muslims.
Muslims. No, I
It's not all Muslim.
What other religion?
There are other religions that do that.
I
It's some
haven't been
Indian
to
religions and such like that.
You're not-
That I didn't say I'm Indian, but like I'm saying, the question was, is could I date someone
Islam.
of other religions? And I'm just saying that particular religion where I have to be under your thumb. I can't go anywhere, say anything, do anything, whatever, without you saying or look any kind of way. No.
Well, I don't see you dating an Indian man anyway. So.
Okay, but the thing is about
I
that,
don't
even
see
if you
dating
dated a
Indian
Muslim, to compromise, like, for all mess aside, my aunt is Muslim. If I had to wear an hijab or if I had to go to take salat or do Juma or something like that, I would do it for my husband, but just for some random, no. But I still would have my own standing in what I stand on.
Well, I won't be having a husband, so that does not apply.
So if
Well,
your
you're
wife,
right.
Your wife.
if your
But I
wife,
ain't gotta be up under her foot.
well, y'all sinning
Oh,
anyway. If you got a
Lord.
wife, so y'all sinning.
Who says?
Nobody.
Listen, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay. So how let's say that you do date somebody from a different religious background or from a different political background. How do you incorporate that into
No, stop.
stop now? How do y'all incorporate that into like family life?
I mean, you
I mean, it
That's
depends
a
on
good
how
point.
it depends on how far you're intended on going with that person. Because at the end of the day, sometimes when you're dating people and you discover that you have different views in regards to religion and political views, that can separate the relationship.
Yes.
So if you decide to move forward with that person and y'all have different views, I'm sure you're gonna come to some common ground on what y'all are gonna believe in, how you're gonna raise your children, and things of that nature. But it all depends. I think is for me, I don't think that I could date someone with different political views. Religious views, possibly, because I don't stand in anything solid in regards to religion. I'm a
But you still
spiritual,
solid on political views.
yes,
Yes.
But now,
but I'm a spiritual person. I believe that the universe guides me and energy guides me and everything around me. I'm not bound to anybody's book. I'm not bound to a book written by man. Point blank and period. I go on what feels right in my heart and what feels right in my soul and what the universe brings to me. And so such and so forth. So at the end of the day, that's that. So if it works for us that we say, hey, we're gonna raise our children like this, as long as you're not trying to push me to do something that I don't want to do, we're fine. Because there are some people that they live different lives and they're okay with that.
Okay.
Okay, this is why I need you to push back on that one right there, right? You need to just be being controversial.
No, go for it.
Right? Because you said that you're not bound to a book, right? That's written by man. What's the Constitution written by?
No, ma'am.
That's
Yeah,
not a
but
book, though.
it's not morally
But you-
indicted.
but
It's
at-
not spiritually indicted.
Right.
It's not telling you when you take your last breath where you're indicated to go, if you are right or if you're left. Because at the end of the day, anything that is made by man is bound to be flawed.
Amen.
Well, religion
All
was
right.
created by man.
Correct. Right?
Religion was not.
So was the Constitution.
Okay,
So was
wait,
the
wait,
Republican
wait,
Democratic
wait,
Party.
So
wait.
right.
Independence.
So that's why. So I think there's certain things for me that there are certain things that are just like fall under natural law. Like if you do this, this will happen.
Right.
There are certain things that can't be argued. Now, whether or not it's right for men to be the head of the household and be this and be that, I don't know, because that could have just been a bunch of men sitting around writing and that's how they felt. So I don't know that that's what God said. I don't know. I'm not gonna bank my life on it. No, but I will bank my life on things that naturally happen. Like grass just naturally grows. The trees do what they're gonna do, and it operates like your body doesn't have to tell you what to do, when it needs to do, what the fuck it needs to do. Those things life just naturally is.
Kind of like the dinosaurs. So the Bible was created, what, I mean, when did Jesus here? What, 3,000, 4,000 years ago?
BC.
Okay.
Before
So
Christ.
the dinosaurs were here millions of years ago. So I was always confused. I'm like, so did he create the world after the dinosaurs was already here? Because we're still finding fossils of these creatures that did actually exist. We didn't make them up. They didn't come out of nowhere. So when you look at it timeline wise, with respect to Christianity specifically, it's a vast difference in what they're saying in this book versus what scientifically we know to be a lot different.
True.
So at that point, do you believe in extraterrestrial creatures?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So that means you don't believe in the Bible.
I believe there is
There's
some
a
truth
higher being.
to it. I believe that every story that's told holds some truth
In the
to
Bible.
it. But imagine when these people were brought here in shackles and abused and thrown overboard, they were still told, here, read this. They don't speak English. So where was their religion when they came from their homes?
It
Because
wasn't
they didn't-
Christianity. It wasn't
No,
Christianity.
Well, everybody had a religion.
No, they had their religion though. They had a respect because they had their energy, their water, their air, their fire, their earth.
There was something they believed in.
They had a standing, but it wasn't in that book.
Right.
So are those people flawed? Are
No.
those people wrong? Because they were brought here out of their own standing. You know what I'm saying? Against their own will, separated from their own families, tortured, mutilated, molested. But those same people that did this were still holding that same book. So no, that book does not hold very much value to anybody
I'm with you.
that sees where those people were created from, because those same malicious people were reading that same book and quoting those same words. So
have
no,
no-
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that 100%. Right?
that's just me. I don't feel like any book, a Buddhist, a Quran, a Bible, I feel like they all hold some kind of spiritual
Absolutely.
enlightening. They give you direction, but no, none of
And
them.
they're
all
but you can
all
find
saying
some-
the
you
same
can
thing.
find some
Correct.
ways
Exactly.
So now we're
Yes.
getting to the point where
They're
I
all kind of saying the same thing. but
Every
just in a
book, no
different
matter
way.
whatever religion you get to, is saying the same thing. It's what I'm saying in their terms, right?
Yes.
But, and every book say whatever God created Earth, the sun, the stars, and the moon, right? But no book says, well, there's also Mars, and there's also Jupiter and Saturn and the galaxy and the Milky Way. It's like nothing else talks about that, right?
No, the Quran does. The
It does?
Quran does speak on extraterrestrials. It does. It
So
does
that's the
speak
only
on.
book.
That's the only book that I've
Yeah.
read. But I read this book because I've read the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
and I've also read
What's
pieces
his
of the
name?
Buddhist
Now the
table.
What's his name?
Aztecian calendar also mentions extraterrestrials.
It does, yeah.
But I did that
And
be-
Egyptians.
exactly.
That's where
So
that's where Christianity is going to originally come from.
Not yes and no, because it was supposed to be out of a Hebrew. But anyways,
Hebrews come from.
Egypt. But again, it's still a standing. But my point is this: that no matter where you go, what you do, how you do it, you still have to have a respect for the things around you.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I'm
And
with that.
that's where some people lost sight of this, because again, all of these people that were drugged here from not just Africa, but from Egypt, from all these other different
Europe.
places.
I gotta respect the white side of it too.
Of
So
course.
the
Thanks,
European.
thanks, friend.
Look at
Thanks.
you, big respect.
Yeah.
We're in the
Well, y'all, we well rounded. We are well rounded.
Hey, we're slaves also. So,
You choke on deviled egg.
devil egg, huh? I'm not eating that
Would
shit.
you like a deviled egg?
Devil egg, huh?
All right, y'all. So this is our moment
So
of beer break.
All right. Is there any?
Stay on point.
We have some comments from back,
Yay, comments. What's your face?
from back around the political conversation.
What are
Okay.
You got food on your
Get it off of it.
No.
Oh, he looking.
The other side.
Him looking.
Shots fired.
That's why we need sound effects, man. I'm gonna bring my.
You
So,
bring a sound effect
okay, for
machine.
sure. I'm gonna do it with my laptop. I got a lot of sound effects we can use. Because one of my sound effects is like, dick try this car. Dick try this car.
So we do have some comments from
I'm
back.
talking to y'all.
Okay.
This is conversation between us.
But this is everybody watching us. Fellas.
Alright.
Come on, the kids.
Conversation is among
We got some comments from back in the earlier discussion. From Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa. Doing drugs doesn't equate to consent. That's, I guess, when we were talking about the
Bill
Cosby.
Cosby.
Bill Cosby.
You gotta go back and comment.
Ask her, did she do drugs? Who gave them to her?
Do you know
Vanessa, do you do
drugs?
drugs?
We have Danielle commenting on the storm of the Capitol. She says they gave them the advantage and privilege to go home or call home to say, "May I go to jail?" versus others, DOA and families don't know until it's on the news. So dead on arrival. And she says Christianity consists of many religions. Live life until Judgment Day. Religion is built off hope and science is facts. And then we have Jermaine commenting saying, "My baby Sidra looking good."
Oh, who was that?
Hey,
Who was
bro.
that? Who was that? Oh, he broke, huh?
Yeah, that's
Bro.
a bro.
You on the
That's a
same
bro.
level as me,
That's
bro?
That's bro.
He broke like
That's
me.
bro. Hey,
That's
bro.
Hey,
That's
bro.
family.
Okay, so this is Pontoon Brewing Takes Two to Mango.
Ooh,
It's,
I like mango.
This looks like
I thought that was a whole
delicious.
loco.
It's a mango.
Oh, let me my phone loco.
I was doing drinking.
Why?
It says with mango, lime, chipotle peppers, vanilla.
That's a lot
Full and
of stuff.
smoky.
You don't have any comments, Pedro?
I smell the hotness in this.
I'm about to
It's
say
not
it's
hot
got
food.
flex in it.
I smell the hotness in this. And this.
All right, let me cleanse my
It's
palate.
actually good. It's thick as hell, but it's
It is
good.
It's got mango in it.
Oh, I can ride with
I
this.
can ride with this.
Yeah.
This is not ideal.
No.
Like a throat baby?
Can I have the rest of that, please?
Like a throat baby?
Not bad. Can y'all please, somebody get
They don't
her.
like my comics. They don't like my
Oh
comics.
my God.
It's
You
only
are
one
not.
guy. It's only one
What's
guy.
that?
Because your other guy flipped back.
That's good.
There you go, baby.
Shop problem.
I feel like
It's,
this would be good
it's
mixed with
spicy.
something. It is a little spicy.
No, this
It's
would
like
be
pepper
very-
spice though.
It's like one of
not
them booster drinks I be getting from
Y'all,
Publix.
this is thick as hell.
Yeah,
But
They,
it's
they
like,
have different type of antibiotic drinks.
Okay,
and,
okay, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
For they had a cayenne pepper.
Thick,
or
thick,
whatever.
thick, thick, thick.
I wouldn't drink it. This is cool for right now, but yeah. Cool
This
like
is
that.
actually good.
We go with pina colada.
Oh yeah. This would be good.
Let me get one of these
Like, isn't it
crackers.
like a frozen milk?
Mm.
That's like mango concentrate just all in it.
What do you need?
A cracker.
Where did it come from?
Go to your
Pontoon Brewing.
Okay, y'all.
So it's local.
Yes, local.
Okay, cool.
It's local.
It's
Aggie,
located
you
in
want
Sandy
cheese?
Springs, Georgia.
I'm about to say,
Oh,
you
I
got
work in
cheese.
Sandy Springs.
There's
Goat
goat cheese.
What's that pasta?
From
Goat
the
cheese.
Okay,
Oh,
so
North
moving on.
That one's goat cheese.
Y'all don't got no Gouda?
And,
No, you look like a fucking Gouda.
Y'all got no Gouda cheese?
Shout out.
Goat?
All right, well, since we talking about the cheese and stuff on,
Yes,
on
let's
it.
shout out the
Shout out to
charcuterie.
Tiffany.
What was that?
Hey
Tiffany.
Tiffany, girl.
Thank you for the
Thank you for the
charcuterie board.
platter.
We appreciate it. All right, Kendra Designs.
She did what?
She made this charcuterie.
Oh, good looking. Where's the Gouda? Where's the Gouda? I like Gouda.
Okay, y'all.
Okay,
Alright.
moving
I'm
on.
a Gouda.
So in relationships, right? If you're with somebody for an extended period of time, or even if you're married, do you think that it's better to have joint financial accounts or separate?
nope.
Go ahead. Beth.
My mother taught me you don't never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing.
Ooh,
Okay?
stop
From
it.
from childhood.
That's my.
So I'm always broke.
Ooh.
I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing.
That is, I don't think that like really answers the
And
question.
no, I'm leading with that because she set me up to understand that there's certain things that you have to keep
What he said.
allocated for yourself. Okay, so like if we have a joint bank account,
Mhm.
you in here just wilding out. I'm just paying bills. I can't get my nails done one day because you didn't went up here and spend all the money or gambled the money away on the game.
Oh, I'm sorry, you will die.
You're gonna die. But these things happen. You know, I saw a man once at the what is that? Mercedes-Benz Stadium football, the Georgia somebody, whatever it was, the big college one.
Mercedes.
The big
The
college
Mercedes
one.
Benz.
The big college game.
Georgia football?
Georgia, UGA,
The peach.
The game that
Yeah.
they played, the big one.
the SEC game.
Yes.
Oh,
This man stood up because they was winning, and then the people came and said, "Not today," and he lost. This man, I turned around and looked, and this big old man stood up on the bar. He stood up, he looked around, and threw up all over the bar. That man bet like $40,000 of his fucking family's money. I said, he can't go home. He can't go home. What the hell? he was that sick. It wasn't like it wasn't like it was expendable for him.
He
Because
had
otherwise, he wouldn't have been as sick. When I say sick, that man was literally sick to his throat all over the place, and then sat down rubbing his head like this, checking his phone. Looking, I said, "Oh, he got to go home."
I'm
Jesus
assuming
Christ,
this is a
bless his
white
heart.
man.
You know it was. Bless his
Okay.
heart. I said, "Bill, you in trouble. You in trouble, Bill."
Black man
Because
got 40
again,
bands to
he
bust.
didn't put his money. From what I saw, it seemed as though he dipped into money that he wasn't supposed to dip into,
So,
and it cost him a lot. So again, it could be his family's
but do
money.
you think that it matters if that money was in a joint account versus a separate account? Because
Oh, yeah.
$40,000 is $40,000.
Well, if it's from my joint account, it ain't touching you, right? Let's say you my
but if we're together,
mm-hmm.
if you lose $40,000, that's still taken away from the house. So essentially, I do lose.
Not necessarily.
Okay, so basically, in your relationships, everybody's operating as an individual and not as like a cohesive.
I have mine. They have theirs. We have one for the bills of the house.
There we go.
Okay.
That's what
Okay,
I'm talking
so
about.
there is some
Yeah.
joint
But that's a joint.
For the bills of the
for
house.
the bills in the
But
house.
my money,
It's
like
your
my
money.
vote is gonna be over here. I love you, but listen, you're not gonna fuck that up.
But that's what we're saying.
That's a difference.
It's a big
It's a
difference.
difference, yeah.
That's what we're saying is jointly, meaning whether it's a partial joint or something, there's some jointness in it.
Right.
Or no jointness. And to me, on my personal, is the same thing. We can have a joint account where it handles the bills
Mm-hmm.
because I can have a certain percentage of my paycheck
Go into that account.
go into that account. That way I can monitor what I'm putting toward.
Mhm.
There's a way you can monitor that because,
Absolutely.
okay, look, hold on, bro. I got 25% of my check going up in here. You ain't got nothing but 10, 15%. What up?
So
know
why
what
did you
I'm
go to Target last week with our account?
Huh? You looking at the wrong one. I went to Macy's. You looking at I went to Macy's.
Why did you go?
We need some light bulbs.
Well, no.
Didn't you like what I wore
but
last
now-
night?
now
Yeah.
I'm very curious about that because there's people that I know, like even I don't know if I want to say her name, but anyway.
No, sorry, man.
No,
Don't snitch, Takashi.
I'm not.
Wow.
It's not.
Fire.
No,
Yeah.
it's not a snitch
It was
thing.
funny,
It's
but
not
fuck you.
no, but it's not a snitch thing. It's the thing of like
You tried.
we had a conversation where she told me that when she was dating her now wife, that they always split money. They always shared their money because it's like
When she was dating her wife.
when they were dating, even when
Yeah,
they were dating.
I'm dating. I'm not sharing
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
Date, no.
when you say share, like, no, I don't want an account with this person.
I'm
We
not-
gonna
But
split.
I'm not
if
gonna
you
pretend to
buy
be married
dinner,
with
I'll
anyone.
buy
I'm not dating.
lunch, or if you,
I mean, I'm not
you
going
know,
to.
Mm-hmm.
pay for one vacation, I'll pay for the next one. Like, I'll go. You
I
know.
buy dinner, you bust it open. Yeah.
Boys,
Boys with the fight.
I don't like Jordan. That's why I said.
Hi, family, please.
Right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, so you said they always shared
Yeah,
money.
she said that they always have shared money, and there's like several people that I've heard this from. That I look at the space of their relationship versus like people who don't, and
Okay.
just in my experiences of people that I know, those people have a tendency to kind of like be able to do a little bit more and kind of like move a little bit further ahead because they are so open. Because what affects me affects you. So now you're vested in this to where my decisions affect you and your decisions affect me. But it's like if we keep everything, but you're right. But if we keep everything separate, it's like, oh shit, I know I make way more money than you, but I'm gonna go off and do the nice shit for me that I know that you can't afford. So then we're sitting here looking at each other
I mean,
like,
to put that much like faith or investment in a person that you don't know 100% about, and you won't ever really know 100% about your other half.
Mhm.
But to have, like, if this person wants to level your account, it leave you standing looking crazy.
And it happens.
It has. My baby brother, hi family.
Hey, family.
But this has happened.
What up,
And
man?
it's very unreal. Like,
Yeah.
for someone to come home one day, everything be packed up, and the accounts are level, and this person's run off to
Gone.
Tahiti with some other person
Yeah.
because that's what they felt like they could do because they made the bulk of the money or they did whatever. You You don't leave someone out on the street looking crazy.
That happens to a lot of people though. Like if you look at a lot of these marriages where someone was left behind, right? Let's say I'm leaving and I didn't tell you, but all of a sudden, like you said, you come home, the dog is gone, the groceries is gone, the lights ain't on, you know. But seriously, like everything's gone, and you get a message.
But see, I feel like that's such like the negative way of looking at that.
It is, right?
But that's the thing.
It's the fear. So it's the fear that drives. It's the fear that drives you from seeing it happen to other people, and you don't want to be put in that situation. And unfortunately, fear drives a lot of our reasons.
Yes.
Right, and that's why a lot of us end up staying in the same place because of fear. Because we look at like the two little tiny words of what and if, right? And then we make that what if like, and we take it and we run with it. So instead of thinking about like, well, what if everything just falls completely to shit? What if you change that and say like, what if it actually does work?
Okay, but let me ask you this: would you do that? Would you have a joint account?
I have.
Really?
Yeah, I have.
You a bad girl.
I have.
So
Well, okay, so let me go back and
How
This is
serious
obviously a
was
woman
this dating?
discussion.
Right, like at what point
Okay,
did
wait.
you get to where you were like, okay, let's do a joint account?
So we were together for probably about 3 years at the time that we had a joint account.
3 years.
At the time that you got the account.
At the time that we got the account, we were together for 3 years.
Okay.
So we did have a joint account together that we did put a percentage of all of our pay into. We each had our own separate accounts for like random things that we wanted to do. Right. So for different little expenditures and stuff, you pull from like your personal account. So there was like that, and then we each had our own savings. But there was like a collective fund for shit that we did together.
Right.
So where it was like
Sounds right.
yeah,
And
where
that
it just
sounds
made
legit to me.
sense.
That's the
Makes
real
sense.
shit.
That makes
right?
sense. But the
Like, I don't-
entirety
but
of
I
like
think-
my income and your income together, we have no other accounts. We put all of our like how my
No,
parents
that was
Nobody said
did it.
that.
Listen, hang on. That's how my parents did it.
No,
My mom and dad had
70s.
one account between the both of them. My mother handled all the money because she's that money girl. Mama, I love you, girl. She was glory. But that's what she did. She handled it. My father made the money. She handled the money. She dispersed the money. She paid the bills. She bought the things that he needed. She bought the things that I needed. She made sure that everything was right. You know, she set us up great. However, currently, I can't say that I would be that trusting. I'm not cut from that
90%
cloth.
of the world would
I
be
can't
not
do it.
trusting. You gotta
Go ahead,
remember
Sam.
back then, the goals, the morals, the things that people stood on, it was shunned upon to be divorced.
Yes.
So you had this understanding, this moral, like obligation to the person that you married to just make it work. Like it wasn't okay, well you can go about your way and I'll just find a new one in the morning. It wasn't as accessible. But no, those people had morals. These people know.
Go ahead, T.
Alright, so this discussion that we're having right now, are we talking about this from a woman's perspective or a couple's perspective?
A couple's
couple's.
perspective.
Awesome.
Why? Would you
Good.
have a joint account?
I would have a joint account with my wife, correct?
Okay.
My joint account that I would have with my wife would be to maintain the necessities for our home.
Okay.
Right? I'm not saying that, well, I will want you to have your own account because I'm going to have my own account. You know what I mean? Because it's things that I want to spend or things that I want to do with my money too, right?
Yes, right. The strip club does not like the
No,
ATM.
don't do that, right? Don't do that. This is not fair, right?
You don't want that on
No,
your
but it's not fair
expenses.
because I wouldn't do that anyway. I got the cash in the safe for street lights anyway, right?
I hate you.
But
I hate it.
Done with him.
But
hate it
in a
here.
relationship,
He had
right?
to. He had
In
to
a
go out.
relationship, and this is only me. I can only speak for me, how I would want my relationship to go with my woman, right? I want to have an account. I want us to have an account to make sure we be able to take care of the bills for the month, the food, everything else. I also want
An emergency fund.
correct, right? And I also want to have an account for our trips or whatever, right? And whatever you have, you know what I'm saying? Because it will be a percentage that will be deposited into that account.
Correct.
We gotta take heed into the mortgage is this much, the bills equal up to this, groceries equal to this. This is how much money that we should be funding this kind of money, right?
True.
You know what I'm saying? What you have in your account is your account.
Okay, but how long? If that's not, you said your wife. These people started this off from day one.
I'm not gonna have no girlfriend.
state.
And that's
That's a
like,
different story.
That was our
no,
argument.
that was
Oh,
the thing.
I didn't know that. That's why I was asking.
You know,
I'm
let's
asking what-
say-
Well, I mean,
A
it was
long-term
a
girlfriend?
general. It was a general.
Because a girlfriend,
question.
no. Nigga,
Because,
no.
but then again, there are
Bitch,
people,
no.
but there are people
That
that
never
never
married.
married,
There you go.
that are together for 20
But that's
something
different,
years.
right? Because that would be common law marriage.
So what's the
The
common
common
law
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 marriage
is-
is not.
It's
no,
not recognized
anymore.
in
No.
in
in
what?
many
In
states.
the state
In
of Georgia?
many
Okay.
states.
Either
In
way,
many
right?
states.
All right.
Yeah.
It may not be, right?
Yeah.
But we all know people who
Right.
have been together for 30, 40 years and they've been married.
And they ain't been married.
Because, again, I understand why. Because paper-wise and
Broke no
legitimate,
rules.
like, why would we spend that money? It makes no sense for a title.
Okay, but
It's
my
the same
thing is
shit.
this: when you're not married to a person, God forbid
Something happened.
something
Right.
happened to that person,
And
You
you have
You
no
have
say.
no
so.
say.
You have no rights.
Shame,
That's
shame,
not fair.
shame on that person for not trusting you enough to say, hey, this is my power of attorney. This would be my
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if
It
you're
doesn't
a
matter.
No, if they have your power of attorney and you
or
pass away,
beneficiary.
even
No,
if they're their
baby, that's
beneficiary,
not how that
you
works.
I
pass
dealt with,
away.
okay, first off, I dealt with two parents who passed. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
dealt with other people who,
Those
entrusted-
are parents.
okay, who entrusted me, who wasn't my parents, to say, God forbid something happens. I know that you know how to handle certain situations. Do this for me.
Correct.
Listen, if you went to the hospital, okay, and something happens to you, you messed up, laid up on the pipe and everything, they got you, pull the plug type situation.
Yes.
You have no say. Well, I would have no say in it. Doesn't matter if there's a power of attorney in existence.
Nothing.
If you
Yeah.
are not my
It's
husband,
different.
It's the
No.
next of kin.
yes, the next of kin,
Yes.
and you're not
And that's
considered
my
that.
blood.
It doesn't matter.
Your child or
I
your
think a
sibling.
power of attorney would override
Correct.
that.
It doesn't.
Correct. Legally, it does.
No, not in
Not-
Georgia. It
not-
does not.
Nope.
Well,
I can argue with you.
Listen,
Let's
I went
Google
through
it.
this argument because my mom.
well,
Hey, white lady, how are you?
Hey, white lady. Storm the Capitol.
My mama didn't do that.
No, my mom was 4'11". She's not gonna.
She
no.
wasn't out there.
She's like,
Oh, she wasn't climbing the wall?
No, if her no.
She
she's
gets
got
swung in there.
no. She's got her cognac glass. Hey, mom. She's like,
She wasn't waving the
No,
flag.
no, she wasn't waving the flag.
Pick the switch.
Yeah, no, my mom
Straight
was
as you
Florida.
can.
And like, I feel some kind of way because like if something happens to her, her husband is the only one who has say so. Like her children don't have say so.
Correct.
so
That's
in the
different
state,
for
in the
us.
state of Georgia, a power of attorney does not survive the death of the person who granted it.
So there you go.
So you have no say so.
Right.
Wow.
If you're not legally married, you
Yeah.
have no say.
Your fault.
That's the thing.
Your
So
fault.
that's the thing. I wouldn't want to be married to some. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone for all of those years and not have a say. And I have
You should have married.
regular. I have a regular right now that is going through this very situation. Her boyfriend died. They had been together 5 or 6 years and whatnot, and he died, and the family completely shut her out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Completely shut her out to the point, and it's not even like she wasn't like
Was she
family with them. Like they were always together. They had a decent relationship. I don't know if
All
there
the
was
ins and outs.
anything that was, underlying or anything, but they had a good enough relationship for there to at least be communication. There was no communication with her. They didn't even tell her when the funeral was.
Right. And see, but I understand that, right? But
And that's ugly.
so okay, like for me, right? The next of kin to be will be my daughter. My daughter's 5. God forbid something was to happen to me before she turns 18, right? She would be fucked, right?
Wait, does a will override?
It does. It will.
Google override.
It-
Google.
It does. A
In the
lot of
state of
things
Georgia.
override. Will, power of attorney, the things that you put onto your accounts. Like that's what's so important. Like when you
But the
fill out,
wills are after death.
Yes.
right? But you can access that.
But you can have a living
Living
will.
will. You can.
Correct, right? So again, by me, and this is talking to my financial advisors and the people who
Wills override Mexican.
right, like the people who talk to me about how to handle my funds and the things that I have, right? And for the longest, like I had my daughter name on everything. She's not old enough, and like the guy who I deal with now, he was like, "All right, you gotta figure something else out because if something was happening tomorrow, then your daughter will be in limbo until she's 18. Everything that you have is in fucking the estate, right? And it's in probate court. And who's gonna help your daughter to navigate through that? I said, you're right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the only thing I can do, which I think is the smartest thing to do, well, it's not the smartest thing, but I think it's the more logical thing for me to do, right? So as of right now, I put my daughter and mama on everything. Because if something happens, it's for her anyway.
Right.
So once I leave it to her, if something happened to me and her mom messed up, it's nothing I can do, right?
That's true.
I did my
No,
best.
there is something you can do.
What?
You can put it into a trust
Uh-huh.
so that no one but your daughter can get that
Right.
until she gets to the age of
18.
18. Right. But you can so
Talk
let's
to me,
say
boo.
and that's only because I've had
I
a
understand what
trust
you're saying.
of some sort. So at 18
You smack that?
a lot of it can, the majority of it can be distributed. But you can leave some money out of that trust for her to be taken care of and lived off of. And,
So when you tell me that, right? Where do I leave that money? What type
well,
of?
yes, yes, you do have to leave it with her mother and have to trust that her mother.
Right now.
But you can leave like a
Again.
portion of it or a majority of
Again,
it. in a trust.
anything that's left to a child that's under the age of 18 goes into a trust.
Right.
Right.
Not if you don't put it in words.
Not if you don't put it in words.
Right. Well, now if I don't put it into words, it's even worse because it's nobody that will be the next of kin to me by me being the only child and not having no parents, no brothers or sisters. You know what I'm saying? I will have cousins, right? And so my cousins have their own families. The next best thing for me to do is entrust it into my child's mother. Now, if my child's mother at that point don't do what's right for her, that's not on me.
That's
I
not
did
her.
my
That's so
part.
hard. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I let her know. You know what I mean? So it's not on me. I did my job. You fucked that up. You have to explain that because all that's in writing. So again, trust, all that is left. Like, cool, I get it. What are we drinking now?
We are drinking Palm Spoon Brewing New Wave Radical Blonde Ale.
Okay.
This looks like the
I like
Rugrats.
a blonde.
That's what
It makes me think of
Oh,
the Rugrats thing.
I like a blonde. So.
Cheers.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hello.
That's what's not cheers.
Salud, salud.
It's really nice. Like it's
Any
refreshing.
comments from this last thing?
Yeah, there are some comments. I forgot about that.
Oh.
So
That tastes like beer.
It does. It's
It tastes
very
like
hoppy.
we have Danielle. Hey Danielle.
Hey, Danielle.
That says both accounts are going to be joint, personal for each, and then have a business. Joint Vanessa. Welcome back, Vanessa. Joint household account only, and says you better get your name on that paperwork.
Right.
And then we have Tiffany that says it depends on your partner. Her preference is joint for bills, family savings, and transparency with separate accounts.
Yeah.
And then she also said it's only $56 for a marriage license in most states, and many people don't have power of attorney established.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Listen, that's a
But then
whole
I do wonder,
situation.
like, so even if I have a separate account, would it make sense to give somebody else access to it? It doesn't technically make it a joint account, though.
It doesn't make it a joint account,
But then that person
But
can still
still gives them
access your.
but you can
Yeah.
but you can only
That's
you
what
can
we
have
do.
another name.
and you can have limited. They can have limited access to it
Okay.
for only certain reasons, like for depositing reasons, like and things like that. Because for a very long time, you used to be able to deposit money into anybody's account,
Yeah.
and now you
No,
can't.
you can't.
You have to. You cannot deposit money without an ID.
Yep.
No, you cannot deposit cash
No, you can only use
into
your card.
anyone's account
Yep.
without an ID. Like I'm the only one that can deposit cash into my account.
My
What
daughter's
No, it's
deposited
not
cash
that.
in my account before.
No, that's
Well,
Chase.
with Chase for sure.
My daughter has
Sunshine?
deposited
Not
cash.
all-
Hang on.
not
My
all
daughter has
accounts.
deposited cash into my account. As long as she has
Yeah.
that slip,
Yeah.
Yes.
that deposit
Bank
slip,
of America.
she can
and
take that
Navy
money and
Federal.
No,
put it
Bank
in
of
there.
America must still
What
be.
color's
be
your
able to
Chase
do
card?
that.
Bank of America, as long as that
like the rest
person
of them.
gives you
No, it's not like the rest
the
of them.
account number, they can't give it to you, but if the person that give it to you, give it to you, or you have a phone number.
Yeah.
They can pull up that account. They will not give you the account information,
Yeah.
but you can deposit it.
Right. But I've been told, even I know Wells Fargo,
They won't accept cash.
Wells Fargo and SunTrust do not.
Because
Private phone.
several banks have been burned
Can I ask
because of counterfeit
I'm
money.
about to say.
Like,
But
What
if
you
you
gonna do
if your
for
bank
it?
has the
Oh,
proper
never mind.
insurance
Sure,
that
Yeah.
covers
You keep it.
it, do it all in a day.
Is this the new drink?
So Bank of America is one of the top. Navy Federal is one of the top. Where you can sit here and
No.
deposit that with PNC is an
Okay.
account.
Delta
Where you can-
Community.
Delta, hey, that's
Delta.
me.
Yeah.
Hey, Delta.
So
Because I
not
know
all
there's been like
banks.
several times I've been trying to like go and deposit money into my mom's account, and they're like,
No,
no.
bitch.
Which account? Which bank?
Wells Fargo.
That's Wells Fargo, which used to also be Western Union. It also used to
Not
be
Western Union.
not
Wells
Western
Fargo.
Well,
Union.
yeah, I
um,
could, but if I don't have access
First
to the
Union.
card.
It used to be
No,
called-
but you had
it
that.
used to
You
be
had
called
that
First
account
Union
number and
as
the
well.
routing number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
Go
if
all
you
the way
give
back.
first
It used to be
and
called
last
First
name,
Union.
You can
And
always
the address?
you can always
you
deposit
can
money
deposit money
into a
into
personal
her
account.
I've been told no.
with your card.
Then
you
your
can't do
that
cash.
bank told you wrong.
Oh, with a card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use your card.
Oh,
Because like
okay.
Chase is another one. My brother's in New York. Hey, family. I had to borrow $1, so I had to pay $1 back. But he
Did borrow
has,
$1?
yeah, I had to borrow $1. So I had to give $1 back. But I went into Chase and this cute little banker. Hey, friend.
Oh,
Went on Kyle Parkway. Hey, y'all. But he was like, "Come on, Angel." So he was explaining to me how to do it. But he said that I had to have it with a card, and my card had to match my ID. But
Oh, okay.
Right.
I never
Yeah.
tried it like that.
yeah, he let me deposit money.
you can always deposit money to another person's account
Okay.
as long as you have their routing number.
And then-
Well, you don't have their
Well,
checking number.
Yes.
You
Well,
can always deposit.
I didn't have that.
You can never take nothing out.
Yeah,
But you can
you
always
deposit.
say, "Hey,
They,
I want to give Ebony
Shit,
$20
they
to
won't
her
let me-
account."
I need to deposit money. I need to deposit
What's
cash
up?
in my own account if
Right.
I was going to the teller.
Right.
Like,
We gotta review your account.
no, baby, we don't. We got
Okay,
Review
moving
your
on.
account.
Moving
You said
on.
you blew over there.
Because Teron over here
We
trying
black
to like
over
flex.
here.
It's his birthday week, so he.
Like
So we gonna
flex.
let
We gonna
we
just
got
let
We gonna let him run
We
through
gonna let
that.
him slide with it like flex.
I'm
Y'all
sorry.
ain't hear that.
I'm
Y'all
a
ain't
private
got-
client member.
Ain't
I
got
don't
no
talk to
Jesus.
you guys. I walk in the
I
different
don't
door.
have I don't have any money either, so
I'm going
please
to back
stop calling and asking to borrow money.
Please, thanks.
Don't ask me for shit.
Well,
No, I
this is a nice drink.
No, I literally had an
It's a
ex
real
like
Oh.
nice drink.
I had an ex message me the other day, and it just said, "Send me $200. You know I got it."
Did you send
Wait,
it?
send it.
Obviously, you don't.
Wait. He
Is your
wants
phone
to
on you?
send
Is
him
your phone on you
$200,
now?
But he said he had it. So if he had it, why the fuck he asking you for it?
That was the whole
hard.
point.
Are you
Okay.
gonna really send her that?
I'm not sending him $200. That's stupid.
Send yourself $200.
But anyway,
boy.
moving on.
Anyways,
Moving on.
I
So
will.
okay, so this last
that's gonna be another subject when
The
your exes
last-
pull up and ask you
Here we
questions.
go. It's that
requests.
women shit.
Oh,
Hey, check your phone.
my phone's over there.
It's
Oh.
recording.
Up there.
Like flex. Like flex.
Shut up.
So this last conversation is one that
We're switching seats next time. I'm sitting next to this
I know. This last conversation is one that's brought on by Teron from a couple weeks ago.
Has been
Teron, a couple
Let
weeks
me go to the
ago.
notes.
Teron Jenkins.
You know you don't ever read the notes.
You showed up.
Let me tell you somebody that asked for the structure.
Right.
This the one that asked for the structure. He don't never read the notes.
He don't
Never.
say he don't say one
Hey.
instruction.
Well,
Hey,
first off, I
let
haven't
me
got
do
paid. I
this
haven't got
last time.
paid yet.
He was supposed to be
got
right
paid.
now.
It's with the stimulus check.
I ain't
Okay.
get that.
Well,
Yeah,
okay. Hold on.
It'll be
Different
behind you.
tax bracket.
Boys and girls.
Oh my
Mama's
God. It's like flex.
Different bracket.
Okay.
I can't wait till his birthday is over, y'all.
Seriously.
Please. No.
I ain't even do it on
We
my
gotta- we
birthday.
gotta-
Hey, yo, we do another one on Friday.
We gotta switch it back to wine. He's going back to
And we
wine.
giving him white wine, not red, because he
Yeah,
don't know how to act
because
on red
He
wine.
definitely don't know how to act on Remy.
No cognac for you either.
Close your mouth.
Dale, para
What?
irte.
Yeah. C. Yeah.
Dry lips.
Uno, dos, tres,
Anyway.
cinco
Hey,
versus uno.
Okay.
So
Valencia over your birthday.
So this conversation came on because of some ignorant ass shit Teron said a couple weeks ago.
Right, right.
Where he said,
if you'd have read the title.
Okay, y'all ready?
so where he said, see, that's your problem.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, I got a lot of those.
He said it to you, Sid,
Mm.
when we were talking about dating. We were talking
Damn,
about
you are.
Let the woman talk.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying not to.
Jesus. Speak,
How
mama.
much your
Kicking,
problem?
kicking.
Say the
He
word.
was nice.
You want me to kick him?
He about to get sweet.
I
Capricorn.
I'm gonna start running the switch.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it now? You want it to wrap in?
No.
Okay.
Get dry this car.
So what did you mean when you told her, see, that's your problem?
It depends on what this conversation was about.
It was about her date or some sort of relationship situation.
Oh, yeah,
and she was just speaking on how she
But
felt.
y'all agreed
Hush
with me.
up, let the
No, we
woman
did
talk.
not.
None of us
We
agreed.
did
We
not
all
agree.
jumped on your ass.
I'm sorry, Evan. I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
Oh, there's nothing.
Oh, because you don't want to talk? You
Yeah, I do want to talk. I'm gonna talk.
You need a few more seconds to think about what you're going to say?
No.
No, he's trying to
You want to
get
drink the beer first before we get this?
We already
discussion?
did. We did it
Put
without
some
you.
in mine too.
We did it without you.
Go ahead.
So go ahead. I want to know what it means when people say that. Because I think that's like the dumbest thing for anybody to say.
It's not fair for you to say that's a dumb thing to say because it depends on
It's
what.
fair because that's how I feel.
Well, it depends on what the conversation could have been about, right?
Okay.
So I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, right? We're talking about when she tells about her date, right? I don't want to say too much, so no.
She hasn't changed faces.
Right.
All right, cool.
By the way.
So it could have been about when we was talking about your date and you said that
If I
this
did.
guy, right? This guy just wanted me to come to my
She
house.
don't sound like that.
She does not.
She does not sound
She's a
like
lady.
that.
Okay.
Why do you make every time
She sound like she said. What she said was.
She ain't a whole ninja.
She don't talk like that.
She's not a ninja.
Ah,
Ninja voice.
Okay.
I love the fact that when
What
you
she
do it,
said was he wanted me to come to his house to chill out and watch the football game. I said no. You know what I'm saying? We can go
why do you
somewhere.
have to do the voice though?
Okay.
Just
I
In the
said-
hand, in the neck, all that.
We all do it.
That's what you normally do.
Let him tell his story,
That's what she
y'all.
normally do.
Okay.
Do
Do
the
the
voice
voice.
in the
Do the
hand.
voice.
I'm not gonna do none of that shit.
Do the
Y'all
voice in
fuck,
the
y'all
hand.
scared me.
Okay.
She said that, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. The guy wanted to have a date at his house, right? She wasn't with him because they don't know each other yet,
Yes.
right? And I said, and she wanted to cut him off.
Mhm.
I'm having a hot flash.
No, she wanted to cut him off because he wouldn't
Right
compromise.
here, we all have
You don't just
You didn't hear that whole story.
I heard the whole story.
Okay.
That you didn't just repeat it. He wanted me
That's
to
why you
come
should
to
read.
his house.
Let her talk.
I smoke weed. I drink. I do drugs. And
We
do
do not
more.
condone
So
Life
yeah.
lesson.
No, y'all don't.
Life lesson
Hold
and kills
on.
the brain cells.
Hold on. Cocktails and combos does not represent drug use. We do not condone.
Now we will have some
We
drinks,
do
though.
not condone illicit drugs.
Half of them-
Everyone
let me
is
see.
over 21.
I bet you all them motherfuckers on there smoke weed. Guaranteed.
I just had to
Oh,
give it
either way.
Yes.
Fuck them.
Bottom line.
drink,
The,
though.
the whole subject was
Okay, talk to me.
he asked us to hang out.
Right.
The location was
No, not me.
his home.
Right.
I said we were not at that level. We didn't know each other that well for us to hang out
It was on the
there.
Correct, because it was on the second date.
Correct.
Right.
Second time
Third
we
date, we
hanging
were
out.
fine.
No.
Hush up. Let
She
the woman
said
talk,
that.
boy.
Bottom line.
No, she did not.
I gave another option for us to still hang out.
Yes,
Why don't we
heard
go
it.
somewhere else? And his response was, nah, I'm good.
Mhm.
So, hey, fuck you. You good.
And then you responded, see, that's
Yeah,
your
that's
problem.
your
That's your problem. Show enough.
Right.
So can we jump more into that?
What's the problem?
Correct.
What's the problem?
Because we don't know his situation, right?
Tread lightly, homeboy.
Ain't gonna trade like no shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000.
Oh, not a
Ain't
time.
trade like- Because at that point it's your choice if you fuck with me or not, right? Just like how you said, fuck you, I'm gonna push on, right?
Correct.
But wait,
You're
okay. It's not what you say to a person, it's how you say it. So if he would have just blatantly said, okay, what maybe it's a financial issue or whatever the case may be, he didn't have to even break it down like that. No, I'm not available to come out right now, but maybe on another day. But the I'm
Nah.
good.
NAH, nah, dot,
Oh.
I'm good.
He was a nigga anyway. He didn't have
Okay.
to-
Why are you back for the ninja?
I ain't back for the ninja,
You
right?
did. Don't mess up your credit.
My
Co-sign
credit,
it. Don't.
my credit's good.
Don't
Just
co-sign.
because the brokey didn't do what he was supposed to do, ain't got shit to do with me. Like, again, don't get me confused with everybody else, right? Just because another nigga. No. Now, wait, no, this is cocktails and combos, correct? Now we got all this shit on the table.
Okay,
Don't get me
okay.
confused with what another
Hold
nigga
on,
do.
but you was co-signing with him.
I was because the reason
I mean,
why.
Why are you yelling?
Because you 5 women against 1 man don't understand a lot of shit.
How you yell?
I would think out of all people, Bev, you be on my side. Whoop.
Ooh, hold on. Wait a minute. Dot that I and cross that T. Because first of all, I'm always your meat.
Ooh, that means
So hold
Oh, no,
Scared
okay,
man.
hold on.
He's scared, y'all.
Hold on,
He's
hold on,
scared.
hold on, hold on. Because y'all are completely off topic. We are
Sorry,
talking strictly about why it's normally men. I'm sorry you're the only man here. I'm
Sorry, you're the
gotta
only man.
represent for the nation.
I don't know
But-
what is that.
Okay, so no, we're all gonna let him talk. We gotta let him talk. We're all gonna let him talk.
Sorry, brother.
Why is it that men say that?
Okay, I can't speak for the other
Well,
men.
speak
So
for
why do
yourself.
you?
So why do I say what? Because talk to me what I say.
Why do you reference? See,
That's
that
your
is your
problem.
problem.
Because some scenarios be the problem of it could be the problem of the woman.
Okay,
Right.
but do you know how many women show up missing? Do you know how many women leave their homes and they're never found again, or they're found in ditches, or they're found, dismembered, or something wrong with them? So yes, if my family or friends or anybody ever calls me and says they're uncomfortable about any situation, period, point blank, I'm showing up.
Right.
And I'm gonna make my presence be
So,
known.
but how about how many men that may came up missing, or men that may have?
Many men have
Men.
come
Don't
up
give
with
me that bullshit, right?
No,
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 Fuck that!
many-
Fuck that! Fuck that!
It's not
fuck
a double
that,
standard.
Fuck
It's
that,
not a double
fuck
standard. If
that.
you called me right now and said there's some crazy chick in my house and I don't really know what's going on with her, she won't leave.
You
I'm
got
gonna
it.
leave.
I got it.
You got it. You got it. You
No,
got it. You
no,
got it.
no.
You got it.
Let
No,
him
shit.
let him say. Let him say.
Because I hate this fucking one-way road, right?
Why?
Because you motherfuckers always sit here and tell me about.
let him
You are
say
part
it.
of the motherfuckers too,
Let him
right?
say it.
Because that's that shit that
Because we
care.
always
Y'all do,
jump
y'all
on
do
him.
this shit every
Let him
fucking
fucking
week.
speak. Let
Every
him speak.
fucking week
Nobody
you go
say
through this.
shit. Nobody say a
Every
motherfucking
week I
thing until
debate.
he gets done saying.
I'm done.
Go ahead.
What are you debating?
Because every week when I have to come in here by myself, right, as one man against 5 women, right, y'all gonna think one side of the fence, and I understand what y'all talking about because I see it, right.
Got it.
But you also have to understand what happens on the other side. You act like shit don't happen to men too. You act like I can't go out with a woman and the woman set me up to get robbed on some bullshit.
It does.
Because it happens. It happens all the time. It happens in Georgia a lot.
I
Because the nigga can see me out, they like, oh,
You
this
gotta
nigga
check.
Teron, he got a Charger. He wear glasses, several pair with diamonds in them. He got money. The perception,
Chase card.
it doesn't give a fuck, right? But the perception that person thinks, hey, I got a lick for you, bro. Just like how the man may say, this chick ain't on shit. We can get her for sexually abuse her, correct? So the way a man may sexually abuse a woman can like, let me set this nigga up because he may be a lick for the next nigga.
Okay, but you
No
just
one's
proved-
debating that, baby.
Okay,
So why the fuck
No
would you
one's
cut me off and
debating
say that? Give me every.
No, because you just
You
proved
got it.
exactly what
I
she
ain't proved
said
shit.
to
You
me.
got it. You got
No, you proved it to be irrelevant. If
got
you were to call me right now and say, sis, I feel uncomfortable about the situation, pull up, we coming, and we not coming alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my sister said she's uncomfortable about the situation. She's not coming, pulling up to
But
somebody's
how
house.
do I know when I'm pulling up to a chick
But
and the,
you always go with your first mind.
right? So my first mind, the chick was cool because our first date or our first hanging out was cool.
Okay.
It may have been cool.
Well,
So I feel
People
I had a
have
friend-
things.
Hold up, y'all gotta let him finish.
they got it.
Y'all gotta let him
No,
finish.
y'all have it.
No, because
Y'all have it.
but
I'm
in all
agreeing with
honesty,
him.
Y'all have it.
I know, but in all honesty,
I'm
like
not gonna-
that's
I'm
it.
not
But that's
gonna
the thing that we
argue or disagree.
do.
Y'all
But that's
have
the thing that we do collectively do. The 5 of us do that because he
Y'all
wasn't
have it.
even finished, and we're so quick to like try to make our point. So we do, but we do have to listen.
Y'all
But
have it.
no, we do that, but we overtalk him the majority of the fucking time.
Y'all have it, man.
We
Hey,
do.
I'm not gonna argue with women. My mom told me as a kid, don't argue with women. I was raised by a mother.
But I agree with you.
So I don't argue with you. I understand because I see it, right? I understand. I watch the news. I know how growing up, the grimy cats that I was around, how they thought. You know what I'm saying? I was around dudes who was like, man, we need some money. Let's go rob these hookers. Because what they gonna call the cops and say what? I'm out here selling pussy?
Right.
No, it don't work like that. So I understand what you're saying. I get it. And that, so y'all have it, man. I'm not gonna argue with y'all about that. Y'all got it.
Okay.
We suck as people, right? Us men.
No,
we
nobody
suck.
was saying that.
No one said that.
We suck, you know?
Nobody said that.
Nobody was saying that. We were
Shit
talking.
don't happen to us, you know what I mean?
Hold on,
Y'all got
hold
it.
on. We were talking
Y'all got
about.
it.
We were talking about the whole statement of
See, that's your problem.
see that's your problem.
I don't know. I don't know what to say.
awkward.
Very awkward.
So,
It's got uncomfortable.
So, well, I will say this. I do understand what you're saying in regards to the fact that, yes, it happens to men too. I had a friend that I lost recently, within the last 2 years, because of said situation. It's not confirmed that that's what that's what happened as in regards to him being set up, but the way that the story was told and how everything happened, it was a setup. It was a setup. So I get what you're saying. Things happen to men.
Set me up.
So things happen to men too. So we do agree with that. That's not what we're arguing.
Right.
The see that's your problem is what was the open-ended conclusion to behind that see that's your problem. What was the actual problem? Is it because she was willing to not budge on what she felt and how she felt things should have happened? Or did you believe that she should have pushed forward and allowed another date?
Well, so I do, okay. So this whole conversation was supposed to be like light and airy and fun because I hear that a lot of when you're just talking, just casually speaking to people, and they're like, see, that's your problem right there. And it's always something that like triggers me into where it's like, how do you just assume that this is what the problem is?
Right.
Because it's normally like said in a space of like, this is the reason why you're not in some sort of relationship or whatever, right? Okay. We're gonna just.
What? I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
We gonna put you back on white line.
No.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
It's funny games.
No, it's fine.
I'm cool.
Well, okay, so I understand where he went with that because the scenario that was given was about girls coming up missing.
Me too.
So I do understand the reaction to where what was intended to be like light and funny based off of a conversation that they had of where he said, oh, see, that's your problem. We were all like, oh shit, like everybody always says that about that's your problem, to where I wanted to talk about that again. I didn't expect it to take this turn. So now here we are. And maybe we just pinpoint that for another day, another time, or not ever again.
Not ever.
Might need to be a women's conversation.
Well, no,
Because it was brought up by you, man.
Right, but I'm not about to have these type of conversations with 5 women with one guy. I just can't.
Okay.
And I'm not. Like,
That's
I'm
fair.
not.
I mean,
That's fair.
but you can.
Probably not in this setting.
No, but you can, okay. So I want you to be able to speak your voice because you are just as much a part of this group as anybody else. So it's not fair to overtalk you or just like minimize your voice. So what I'm saying to you is right now, we do want to hear what you have to say. We do. I mean, sometimes we don't, but right now, we do. That was supposed to be funny. Not funny? Not funny?
It wasn't.
Okay. I don't know.
What's your tagline? Comedy time.
Oh yeah, comedy style.
Oh,
Comedy though. Cheers.
We're gonna cheers
okay.
this. I'm just trying
We're
to
gonna
cheers
cheers.
this thing back.
We got cheers and we gonna
Cheers and then we're gonna wrap it up.
wrap it up.
This is a double IPA.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So y'all gonna hate it. Y'all ain't gonna like it.
Y'all gonna hate
Oh,
it.
that's what's better than the last three.
Oh.
Revision.
So we did have a few comments.
What's it called?
Dipper.
Dipper need to get the fuck.
Dipper. Yes.
No, not just
I like
one.
Revision brewing
I like
company.
it. I'll take the rest.
I don't like that, y'all.
Sid was right about something. I don't know at what point she was right or when that comment came in, but someone said that.
I just hate that we didn't get to talk about this last thing because I should just like.
We can talk about it next week.
You said no.
You said no.
That's what you said, darling.
You can still talk about it.
He's saying he's not coming.
You can still talk about it.
Jesus.
I'll be here.
Bring your ass
I'm
out.
trying to sit in the corner. I ain't gonna say shit.
No.
I'm gonna bring a switch.
Okay. Central's final words.
Final words.
I mean, final words. to the whole entirety of the show, guys. Political views versus relationships, as well as religion. It's really a toss-up. It's a whole debatable thing that is not going to be one-stop shop decision. Accounts. That's another thing that's all tossed up in the air. You know, no, I'm not gonna put all my ducks in the all my eggs in the basket. Nope, sorry. I'm gonna have me some money on the side. But if I am in a relationship where we're building something together, then we have to have something together to build with. As far as the last subject, I'm gonna fly over that little hill there and pass on that last word. Pass on that last word to bro.
Your turn.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday!
You want to lap dance?
Yeah.
Bust wide open.
Busted wide. She know how to do
What
that
you
too.
do? What she got?
That handshake.
What do you normally do?
I don't know how to bust it open.
She got 5 hands. She know how to
Now
bust it wide
now
open.
she's doing yoga, so what she
I
said,
am.
she's
She's trying to
like,
get my legs open, baby, all the way, wide range.
Yeah,
I
see.
can hold me.
No, we
Oh.
don't. Sir, there's no meat.
I'm done.
I like bacon.
I'm ashamed.
Steak.
What's your time?
This is
I'm
steak.
ashamed.
This is steak, baby. This is T-bone.
Ain't that what Trey Songz said?
That shamed me.
Keep them legs up. Y'all, we again are saying happy birthday to
Happy birthday,
Teron.
Happy birthday.
Teron's
Happy
birthday.
Teron.
It's coming Friday.
Woo, shit, Monday it's gonna be a different ball game for a lot of people. Different ball games, a lot
what
of
happens
things.
on Monday?
I'm just saying, because the weekend I get everything out of my system. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's why I'm not drinking tequila no
Are
more.
people gonna end up pregnant or something?
It's
Oh,
What's happening?
You want more children?
I do.
So like,
If somebody end up pregnant, I'm blaming on y'all.
no.
I don't blame it on us.
I was drinking. They
I didn't do
influenced me.
Oh,
They said, hey,
you said Monday. We
shoot
don't
the
see you on
club up,
Mondays.
all types of shit.
I don't think he come. I don't think he come to choir, y'all.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't see you on Mondays.
We'll see you on
I
choir.
don't see a
We
choir
don't ever
rehearsal.
see you on
Y'all go to
Mondays.
church?
Choir.
Karaoke is choir rehearsal.
Oh,
That's
no,
choir.
That's daddy daughter thing. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, right. See, so you can't
So
say
you
no
can't
more?
put none of that on us.
Final.
Well, I'm just gonna say to all you young folks, and
Youngins.
Bless your heart, babies.
I'm still young to y'all.
Girl, stop.
You ain't no
You
Capricorn.
40 yet?
She
Not yet.
I'm
I'm
not
not
there.
yet. I'm closer to
She
40 than
knocking at
I'm
the
30,
door.
but I'm still young.
I need to see that knee brace on the other day.
Did you see me take it one step at a time?
Oh, sorry. You
Take it
knee
slow,
brace
take it
on.
slow.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, girl, I'm sorry. Now you got me taking
Oh,
There was no knee brace. Okay. I was taking one step at a time.
Not Monday, she was. She was stepping with me. Us was stepping together since on
Right.
Monday.
Okay, no. So what I will say though is that for those of us that are out there in relationships, protect yourself in regards to if you're in a long-term relationship, do what you have to do to protect yourself. And if you guys trust each other enough to be in a relationship that long, you don't have to do the frills and all that shit. Do what you have to do. Get that paperwork.
Yeah.
You know,
Get that bag.
get that paperwork. What Tiffany said earlier is like $56. So it's less than $100 to get a marriage license. We spend $100 easily on random ass shit. Do what you have to do. And even if you choose not to get a marriage license, make sure that the paperwork is in order so that you're taken care of in any regards. And then also to all you fucking young kids, I'm talking to you 20-year-olds, hopefully this reaches some of the masses. Stop fucking living with these people and these women and these men like you married.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, they ain't got nothing to do with you.
It don't have nothing to do with me.
But I agree.
But it's a
Giving
real
advice.
thing.
She's just giving advice.
Stop living with these people like you married.
Giving marriage benefits.
It's just
You
single.
stop.
Come on.
Stop. If this nigga want to live with you, or if she want to live with you, if this young lady want to live with you, let them do that. Don't fucking sign no leases with nobody. Stop getting joint accounts with these people. Stop losing your fucking life and having to rebuild at 21 because you love somebody so much. Shit changes. Shit changes. And it can change very well at 51 too. Or at 61. We see it happen.
Don't lose you.
But don't lose you so young. Don't jade yourself so young. And that's what I'm gonna say.
Amen. Final words.
Dale.
Do what you feel is necessary for you. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's level of trust is different. I'm at a different level than maybe some of the folks on the panel. Some of them may be on a different level than I am. But like to Nakia's point, we have to protect ourselves. And again, to the young ones, because I have young daughters, they're grown, but at the end of the day, I want them to be able to see past the love,
The smoke in me.
and the smoke and the mirrors, and see what's really real and what's going to happen to them possibly in the future. Okay? What they have to do is line themselves up so they have success, not just in their business careers, their financial careers, but friendships, love. You have to be able to line yourself up so that you can have success and be able to move, because things do happen. They happen to the multimillionaires just like they do to the chick at the projects. You have to be able
Or
to.
the nigga in the project.
Or Keyshawn in the projects. You have to be able to align yourself up so that you're able to move. Because like I said, things happen. And when those things happen, it's unfortunate when you're devastated and the whole rug is swept out from above you and now you have to start over. We've all had to start over. But sometimes that start over doesn't have to be as devastating as it is if you make the wrong decision. And if you don't plan or prepare. Plan and preparation are key. Just plan and prepare, y'all. Final word, please.
Oh, hey, family.
She's so delicate.
Yeah.
She was all New York.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Listen, I got
New
buttons. I'm still a New Yorker. Today I have to take my last breath. Hey, family. Hey, Brooklyn. Yes, I do. I'm a true Brooklyn girl. Anyways, all right, family.
That's why I'm doing yoga. I'm struggling.
Wait a second. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Sorry.
Don't leave home without chapstick. It's very important. Don't rock around ashy. I was out clean socks,
Hey,
clean drawers.
come on,
Thank
man.
you. Words of my mama.
Hey.
Hey, little white lady, we love you.
That stormed the
Yes.
Capitol.
If you wind up with a 4'11" little blonde lady at your door, you just know that.
I'm laughing.
That's my mom. Okay, but anyways, all right, family. Last words, gosh. Well, not last words, but final words. I don't know. Today is just very far and in between. My brain's a little scattered. Be good to yourself. Be good to other people. Don't take any shorts by far, and always make sure home is where your heart is and where your life dwells. Don't wake up one morning and not have anything. Why are you messing with my ear pods?
I was concerned.
Yeah, thick thighs save lives, y'all.
I
But
love a thick
all
thigh.
right, family.
Me too.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Short and sweet.
Mama.
Okay, Mama.
Mama.
Yeah, like, hey,
Okay,
Mom.
final words. My final words today would be to just live life. But to live life and experience the ride. Because at the end of the day, I just believe that we are all set on a journey to be whoever we are supposed to be. And there's not anything that's gonna happen that's gonna take us from that course. Like, life is 1,000 little decisions every day that we make, and as long as we're focused on the next right decision, none of the big shit really matters, because each little step is gonna get us to where we wanna be, right? So, I just say,
Well,
Carry on.
I can't handle y'all. Okay, they ruined my last final moment.
No.
We love you.